Welcome back to Comic Book Weekly, everyone. It's week 12, and we're going to have some exciting stuff to talk about this week, because, as you all know, this is the end of Infinities this week, and that's going to be our secondary topic of the day, and we'll also talk about probably the start of it in Infinity coming out next month. But kick us off today, I'm going to start off with reviewing Black Science issue 1. It's done by Rick Remender. It's an Image comic. It has its own universe that it starts off in. It seems like it's going to be a pretty neat universe. The main concept is there's this scientist who's gone to like the dark arts of science and learning about all these weird things that he probably shouldn't have. And obviously he screws some things up because nobody's perfect working with the dark arts their first time through. And he has to try and save some of the people that he's working with, amongst other things, and figure out what's going to happen next. Great story, keeps the pages turning, and you just feel like you want to know how this character's going to get everything done that he needs to get done in the time period he has. In total, I'm giving it a 9.5 capacity. Total story, fantastic, loved it. Now onto the art. The art I loved. It has a dual system where it's one person drawing and another person doing painting and then overlaying in some parts. And so it gives you the different contrast between the two styles of art that you can have, and it makes it very nice to look at and appealing to the eyes.
Oh, sorry. Go.
But anyways, it's great art. I enjoy it. It really complements the story, and I'm giving that 9 capacity. In total, great issue. Pick it up. Now I'm passing over to Malcolm.
Now I'm going to throw it back to Bubbles.
Hi, I'm going to talk to you guys today about All-Star Western Jonah Hex. Now, I've been reading this since the very beginning and I've really enjoyed it. This current arc has Jonah Hex in the future. He's been dealing with Booster Gold, he's been dealing with Batwing, and also Bruce Wayne. He just basically got out of prison and Arkham Asylum. Now he's on an adventure kind of with Constantine. He runs into him randomly at a Burning Man. Now, this demon ends up... No, it was actually really
awkward,
weird, because they go there because of...
Is that when the
drugs?
motorboating happened?
They go there because that's why Constantine was there, because they ended up stopping by, because someone talked to him about it. But he ended up going there, and because of the way it is, it's very influential to demons, and basically Jonah Hex runs into this demon with Constantine, and basically this demon looks into his soul and sees something in him, and he kind of says that he's a hexed, like he's hexed. So then basically they beat the demon, and then he kind of asks Constantine what he was talking about, and Constantine checks it out, and he says, well, you have a guardian angel over you. And what he said was he's not really an angel per se, he's a fallen angel. So I've been really enjoying this, and I give this current issue 9.5 kapows. Now the art, on the other hand, is kind of alright. I enjoy it, but it's not quite to the standards I like. I really love the way he does Jonah Hex's scar here. It looks great. I love that on it, but the art sometimes is kind of lazy. You can see sometimes it's not so easy on the eyes.
When I flipped through, it looked like Cowboy Wolverine. Yeah, a couple times.
Now, but there is a picture here that just blew my mind. It was great. It was when the demon was looking into his soul. It was kind of like a picture to describe Jonah Hex's life, and it was just one great picture, and it was beautiful. I loved it. So because of that, I'm going to give the rating up a bit higher, so I'll give it 7.5 kapows on the art. Now I'm going to pass it here to Malcolm.
And I'm going to then give it to Lois. Hey guys. This week I got Savage Wolverine issue 12, written by Phil Jimenez with Scott Loeb. Phil Jimenez also did the art in this issue. This is the fourth team to do this series in the first 12 issues. Marvel just keeps throwing new creative teams at it. It picks up in its own time with its own story. It's a very interesting human aspect to a comic book, one rarely seen. The issue in this book being poaching, actually, which is actually an issue that's very near and dear to Wolverine's heart. It's a very humanizing look at him, and it's very well written. I feel like Phil Jimenez took a lot of time to think about how a guy like Wolverine, with the feral aspects of his personality, would react to something like this. And he really explains it well. It's really, really nice. It's also one of my favorite renderings of Wolverine that I've seen. So just the cover alone is, I give this cover 10 kapows. It's excellent. Absolutely love it. The costume looks great. The detail is wonderful. He looks like the total badass that he is. It's wicked. I friggin' love it.
Is that black and yellow?
I think it's dark blue, but
okay.
Either way, it's still wicked. The story is really good as well. I give this story 8.5 kapows. Because of the issue that they approach in the story, it's very, very different. It kind of eschews the superhero, superpowered version of Wolverine and plants him in a very, very realistic world with a very everyday problem. It's excellent. It's a very cool take. The art in the comic book is also very, very good. I give the art 9 kapows. I absolutely loved it. It's very colorful, very crisp artwork, which is not typical of Wolverine comics, I find lately. They've been very dark and edgy, which is great. It works for most of them, but Frank Cho, who started the Savage Wolverine title, did a lot of really vibrant, very crisp art in the first arc, and Phil Jimenez really brought it through in this one as well. It's excellent, excellent stuff. I absolutely love it, and you should totally check it out. This is a third team, and I think they're probably writing the most interesting story so far, although Zeb Wells had an excellent run on it as well. So I will actually pass it to the Shack this time.
So today I am doing Letter 44, Issue 2. This is by Charles Soule, and the artist is Alberto Albuquerque. The reason why I'm doing 2 is because the week that we actually didn't have an episode, I was actually going to do Issue 1 because I really enjoyed it. So what this comic book is actually about is the protagonist is the President of the United States. Yeah, it's hard to hear that the President of the United States is actually the protagonist, but he is, and the concept of the comic is interesting. So this new president just got inaugurated, and the first thing he gets when he goes into the office is this letter from the previous president stating the reasons why he did the horrible things.
Because Dick Cheney's an asshole.
No, but it is actually in reference to George W. Bush. It kind of makes fun of him in that way, why they went to war, and why they're putting so much money in military. And the reason for all this is aliens, like actual, like extraterrestrial aliens, and they find out that there's this ship or they're building. There's something being built out in Saturn, and they were able to pick it up, but they don't know fully what it was. So these astronauts, scientists, researchers were all sent in space to go to Saturn on this 3-year trip to find out what this machine is. I think this is a very cool concept, very interesting. It has everything I really like in it. It has the espionage, politics, and aliens. Good combination. The only thing is it's not your typical comic. It is literally more of a suspense thriller. There is action, especially in this issue. There starts to you could tell the action is going to start lining up very soon. So I give the rating 8.67 kapow because it was wicked. I enjoyed it. Not your typical comic though. And for the art, I give 7.5 kapows. The art was very good for the style of the comic. It's not your typical kind of art, but it suits the comic very well. I suggest you pick it up, see for yourself. So this brings us to our next segment, Infinity. Marvel finally just finished this big event, and we would like to talk about our feelings about the event itself. And if you're interested, we'll be discussing this in our next segment. So please join us.